1:38 to play. The ball to Kareem. Swing left. A 12-footer on the way. No. Rebound worthy. Yes! 3 seconds. Jordan. Oh, yes! Michael Jordan saves the day. Let it fly. Here it goes. It is in the air, and it is good. Oh, my goodness. It is.
We can. This might be a 2-part episode.
Nah, we got this. We got this. Yo, what's going down, folks? What's going on? Back in the building once again with another S&S Sports Podcast.
S&S Sports.
As you already know, I'm your boy Smitty.
Hey man, Suave, how you doing out there?
Yeah, how's everybody doing? It's been a long time since we talked to you guys. We haven't done a podcast in about 3 weeks.
That's right, man. You know, we had to get some things in order.
But yeah, now that we finally got everything ready to roll, we're back and ready to go with another episode.
That's right.
We got some things lined up for you in this one. Suave, why don't you tell them what's on the menu today?
Well, we're going to start off talking about Michael Jordan. Just had his birthday.
His royal airness.
That's right. Talk about the legacy a little bit.
52 years strong, I think, right?
That's right. You know, we're going to do a little bit of reminiscing on that. And then we're also going to talk about...
We got to dive in and talk about the All-Star break, right?
Oh, that's right, man. That's right.
I mean, that was probably one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. And the entire weekend, it's not even the same as it used to be back in the 90s. I mean, coming up, you used to come home and you just want to look at every event that entire weekend. You just want to stay glued to the TV.
That's right.
Now, personally, I can't even wait until the whole thing is over. I don't want to see the dunk competition. I don't want to see the skills competition. I don't want to see any of that. Just maybe the All-Star game itself, but that's it. But of course, we gotta touch on that just a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you on that. It's something that needs to be addressed. There need to be some changes made in the NBA.
Major changes. Like, why can't they come out and just make it the same way the NFL does it? The NFL doesn't have all these individual little skill challenges. The NFL will show you one game, boom, you're done. That's it.
That's it.
There's no more to it. There's no more to it. We don't want to see an individual passing camp academy type of deal with Peyton Manning or Tony Romo or anybody like that.
Yeah.
You know, why do we need to see whoever's running the skills competition? Why do we need to see a 3-point competition? Like, I honestly don't care about any of that stuff, dude.
Well, you know, not only that, but then of course they always have to crowbar in the whole NBA cares thing.
Oh, of course.
I mean, I'm all for helping out the community and everything.
Yeah,
but
it's a whole marketing campaign.
why do I have to watch, you know, a 2-hour special about it before I can watch the dunk competition, you know?
Exactly. And everything has to have a concert. There's like a concert every 15 minutes. I don't know how many times I saw Neo perform this weekend. It was just ridiculous. Now, I'm not saying anything against Neo. He's a dope performer, this and that and the third. Everybody gets that.
Yeah.
But why are they force feeding me this stuff? Like, at the NFL level, you're going to watch the halftime show. You already know what you're going to get. And that's it. I don't want to see all this extra.
Katy Perry comes out. The Drunk Shark comes out. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's over.
Exactly.
That's it. You know, I'm down with that whole thing.
Exactly.
But, it's just too much. It's too much.
They're trying too hard. Exactly.
It's overkill.
They're trying to put on too much.
Turn it into an awards show.
Yeah.
With a game in the middle of it. You know?
Yeah.
Weird.
Exactly. So,
you know, it's all part of the whole All-Star weekend not being what it used to be. You know, one thing I pointed out earlier, the All-Star game has your A-level stars.
Of course.
But then everything else has B and C-level stars.
Wow.
Why is it that
I think you might be onto something.
The people that are getting into the Dream Team and the people that have all the endorsements and the people that are selling all the merchandise aren't the ones that I'm seeing in the dunk contest. I mean,
you're totally hitting it right on the head, bro.
3-point contest aside, because, you know,
Steph Curry did do his thing, man.
Brothers, you know,
of course.
And that's something that I like to see. I like to see the 3-point competition. Yeah, that's something that people pride themselves on.
Yeah, I digress on that. I take that back. I did enjoy watching Steph Curry and Clay compete.
Yeah.
I totally like to see competition.
And that takes a lot of skill, and they stepped up and did it. You know, they could have easily said, oh, I'm going to hold myself off, or, you know, I'm not going to do too much.
I get you.
But, you know, they did it. So.
But like in years past, you have no-name guys in the 3-point competition.
Yep.
You know, people you don't care about at all.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay,
some of them are centers, power forwards, just out there like on a bed
really,
or something.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
As a basketball fan, I don't want to see any of that. I want to see the best of the best. Right. And that's what the whole All-Star break is about, right? Being an All-Star. If you get
being the star.
If you get chosen as an All-Star, you are one of the league's elite, hands down. Yep. I want to see you compete, man. I want to see Steph Curry's. I want to see the Klay Thompsons. I want to see those top-level guys.
The people that you pay money to see
on a night in and night out. I want to see them perform.
You want to see. And you know what? What about if you don't make the All-Star team, you can't be in the dunk competition? What about that? Because it's getting to the point now where I don't even know who these people are.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's partially because the big names aren't stepping up. I mean,
I totally agree.
LeBron, Kevin Durant, all these guys, you know, Dwight Howard, just to name a few. James Harden. Where are these guys in the dunk competition?
The fan in me totally agrees with you, but there's a certain sense of responsibility that the players must have, you know, looking out for themselves. Now, if they've achieved that level of all-star status, they're not going to want to damage their brand by possibly blowing out an Achilles or a knee or something, doing some 360 through the legs dunk and landing awkwardly.
I've never seen anybody get hurt in the dunk contest, but there is a risk.
I've never seen it either.
There is a risk.
Also, they can damage their brand. What if they're not what we think they are athletically?
Yeah.
Some of these guys, you know, they do the crazy dunks in game or whatever, breakaways. They can break you down with the dribble, make all these highlight plays. But what if they really can't dunk? Who was the guy that we saw? The dude from the Lakers years ago, Brown. Dude that married Monica.
Shannon Brown.
Shannon Brown. Had the most athleticism in the world on court, can dunk over 5 people easily. He gets in the dunk competition and does the worst dunks you've ever seen. Period.
Yeah, he had nothing.
Like, what was he doing
in the creativity department?
Exactly. So it could be a bunch of guys having that. They're thinking, okay,
they're scared. They got stage fright.
They're afraid of possibly making themselves look bad on the grand stage, like the All-Star game.
You have to step up, though. You know, these guys getting a lot of money.
I agree.
A lot of bread. They're selling a lot of shoes, a lot of, a
lot of merchandise, posters, games, video games.
Selling a lot of things, and
I
people
totally
are lining
agree.
up for them. So
the people are spending their hard-earned money seeing deflated product on the court. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's an injury, I don't see why they're not out there, So, like I was saying, if I was the commissioner, I would look at the starters of the All-Star game.
Okay.
Just the starters. I'm calling each one of them up, and I'm saying, you've been chosen for the dunk contest. If you do not participate, you cannot play in the All-Star game.
Okay.
And you will be fined $500,000. Just like that. And then I hang up the phone before they even say anything. I'm hanging right up. Marinate on that, and I'm hanging up, And then from there, we'll see.
Wow.
And if they choose to take the fine, who knows? They might pull a Marshawn Lynch. I don't know what they're going to do. They might just say, forget you and take the fine.
Right,
so,
right.
Whatever. A couple of them probably will. The higher paid ones,
But are we as fans putting too much emphasis on an exhibition product? It's worthless, bro. It really is worthless.
It's kind of like your home run derby in baseball. It's worthless, but at the same time, people get excited. That's what they want to see.
True.
If you go to a basketball game and nobody dunks, it could be a good game, but you're like, well, I didn't see it. They always dunk when I'm at home.
Yeah. I could have stayed and watched it from my couch.
Right. So why are they laying it up now? Exactly. And that was my argument about baseball too. During the whole steroids era, I was like, for the fans, I want to see 10, 15 home runs in one night if they're going to do it.
Exactly.
From that standpoint.
Let them roll it up and just go after it.
If I'm going to see one home run and everybody's clean, or I'm going to see 20 home runs.
Yeah, I got you.
Give me the 20. That's 20 times I might catch the ball and,
I totally get you.
Have a great night with that.
We're deviating a little off topic here, but at the same time,
we need some entertainment for our buck. And these people are paying money for the regular season games, paying money for the All-Star game.
Right. And I've never been to an All-Star game or All-Star weekend event, period. I think I did once when I was a kid. I went to the All-Star Jam session or whatever, but that was something else. I don't know how much these tickets are. I'm assuming they're a lot more than regular season tickets.
Yeah, everybody comes from all around. Okay. No matter what team you're rooting for, all the celebrities are going to want to be there.
So it's on the level of playoff tickets.
Oh, yeah, that's like your Super Bowl or something almost. I got you. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I totally get you in that regard. But I still have to play devil's advocate and say that as much as a fan as I am, I do want to see these guys out there competing. I still don't want to see, like, when Kobe competed.
Right.
I didn't want Kobe out there hurting himself at all. Right. And I know Kobe goes 100% in everything he does. I don't want to see Kobe landing wrong and twisting an ankle And then he misses 15 games right off of the All-Star break.
I understand.
So I think a lot of guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, or whoever else you want to name, the high-profile athletes, stars, a lot of reasons why they don't want to compete in those type of events is because of the fact that it means nothing. It means nothing. They've already gotten their millions.
Yeah,
they've already made a name for themselves.
Achieve, right? Yeah.
There's nothing else to accomplish. You're making my point for me.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. You're right about that.
So
you're right
I see both sides of it, and we do have to put a bow on this topic because it's been going. But I think that ultimately, man, it's just one of those things that we may never see change as much as we want to as fans.
Yeah, it's just a sad statement on the game right now. I mean, me personally, I would love to see LeBron James against Blake Griffin in the dunk contest. Finally,
5 years ago would have been perfect.
Michael Jordan is the judge. Clyde Drexler sitting there with him.
5 years ago would have been perfect. It would have been
Spud
perfect.
Webb. All the greats sitting right there. Dominique Wilkins.
True, and you're right because that's what made the dunk competition such a spectacle back then. Is because you had Michael Jordan and Dominique going, and they weren't just big names.
That's right.
These were like the best of the best at what they did at the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? They were known for big game dunks. Okay.
That's what they did.
No competition. Let's see how creative you can be.
They did.
Let's go at it. Line up and lace them up and compete.
And I also feel like, along with just forcing them to be in the dunk contest, I would let them know, if you win, you have to come back next year and defend your title. Wow. That's something else that used to happen back in the days. People would come back.
Yeah.
Year after year, it wasn't just once and I'm never doing that again, Like some people out there, I'm not going to start naming names, but I've seen a lot of people just win once and then I haven't seen them since. So.
Yeah.
We'll see if Zach LaVine comes back next year. We'll see. He's a young guy. He'll probably try to come back, defend his title. So hopefully that'll start that up again with the young guys. And
I think you're touching on a whole different thing entirely. It's just like the whole generation of basketball is completely different. The mindset of basketball players is a lot different than what it used to be. Players used to actually want to compete and beat the best.
That's right.
And be the best. Nowadays, cats get their guaranteed contracts. They get their Lamborghinis, Ferraris. They get their model wives. And
they're just thinking about whole
reality shows or whatever they're doing. So, I mean, they're
thinking about their brand.
Exactly.
It wasn't like that back then.
So, it's a completely different mind state than it was back then. But I totally agree with you, man. So, wrapping it up, man, just putting a bow on this whole thing. Like I said, personally, I don't think that much is really going to change, but we're just going to have to wait this thing out and really see how it plays out.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, the NBA stars, it's ultimately their decision, but as far as the fans go, I think they should give the fans what they want.
I totally agree with you on that one. So, next on the agenda, we got the man, the myth, the legend himself, number 22, Clyde the No, I'm joking. Number 23, out of North Carolina, Mr. Michael Air Jordan. Salute to you, sir. Happy belated birthday, by the way. 52 years strong this past week.
Yes.
You can't say enough about the guy. He's done so much for the game. He's been influential in so many different aspects of the game, from marketing to gameplay to the baggy shorts.
Everything.
I don't know what he hasn't done,
He's done it all.
Multiple champion, multiple MVP, multiple finals MVPs, so many accolades, all-star MVPs, commercials.
He even played
Nike
baseball.
shoes.
He even played baseball for a minute. I mean,
hey,
who could say they did all of those things?
We're not talking about baseball here, man.
I'm just saying, man.
In my mind, as a fan, Michael Jordan never played. He never picked up the bat. He never played for the Barons.
Hey,
never played for the White Sox.
I'm sure the people in Birmingham aren't too happy to hear that, but it is what it is. It was part of his career. It was a chapter.
It was a paragraph. Forget chapter.
It was a paragraph. It was a footnote. It was a little something, a little sidebar.
But anyway, man, I don't even know where to begin. Michael Jordan did so much for the sport. I mean, like you mentioned earlier, a lot of these athletes wouldn't have the endorsement and marketing deals that they have if not for Michael Jordan and the impact that he had on the game.
Indeed.
Indeed. So I got to ask you really quick. You're a huge MJ fan, Chicago Bulls fan and whatnot.
Right.
Do you have any particular favorite moments of MJ, any highlights, any games that he played that really stick out in your mind? Any special MJ moments for you, man?
I have to say, two that stick out in my head right now would have to be the flu game, where he played through the food poisoning and everything else he had, and still hit the game-winning shot, took it home.
Wow.
And then, of course, the Utah buzzer beater. where he just
the shot.
He ended his Bulls career, but he didn't end his whole career. But I wish he would have retired after that.
There's a little bit of a push off at the end of that play.
Push Byron Russell,
if I can recollect correctly here.
He pushed the man. He pushed him a little bit, but I believe it's actually documented that at the end of his career, I believe maybe through the whole last 4 or 5 years, Michael Jordan did not foul out. Now, some people say that was some kind of favoritism, favoritism. The refs didn't want to get, accused
like something
of sending Jordan out, but
don't foul out Jordan.
They could have easily called a foul on that, but no foul was called in Utah. Thank you very much, ref.
Can you imagine
that love?
Could you imagine what that would have been like if MJ would have fouled out a game? You know how many people would just instantly turn the channel?
Oh, yeah. What if they would have called a charge on him and that would have been it? Who knows how many fouls he had at that point? But just a what if.
Okay.
But yeah, my favorite thing about that shot, if you ever get a chance to see a picture of that shot, is
what's that?
The faces of the people in the back of the backboard, the Utah fans. They just look like they're just watching their dog get run over or something. They look like the Titanic's going down, like a Zeppelin just exploded right in front of them. Like they just can't believe it. They know that the shot's going in. It's just a beautiful picture. If you get a chance to see it, look that up.
I'm going to have to pull that up and take a look at it, because I've never actually looked at that. I've been so stuck in the moment.
Shot.
I see Byron Russell stumbling, trying to get up to put a hand in MJ's face. That's all I can remember out of that picture. And MJ just
got that hand up, and he's wearing those black and red 14s.
Ooh.
That
were unreleased at the time.
Unreleased. Nobody had seen those.
I remember that game.
Oh, yeah. They hadn't even
switched
seen
from
those
the 13s at halftime or something. Yep. He came out in some completely different shoes. What a brilliant move by Nike, by the way.
What a brilliant move,
By the way.
He just did that.
Yeah, we're going to discuss shoes here in just a moment, but what a brilliant marketing decision that was by Nike. Yeah. Because I was glued to the TV as a kid. I was just sitting there looking at it like, oh my gosh, what shoes does he have on right now?
Yeah, you always want to see the shoes.
I could not believe the shoes he had on. I was like, are those the 12s but different? Or, like, I know what they were.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like, even if, all right, you saw what he had, you were able to get a pair. Boom. Then you watch the TV that Saturday, then he's got on a pair you don't have. Mm-hmm. He either has a color that isn't out yet, or he's got a whole nother one. Because, by the time I get to the finals, he would start wearing next year's shoe.
Next year's shoe.
Like, okay, those 13s just came out.
What?
Hit him with the 14s. Let me just bust these 14s out.
This guy would get his shoes like 2 years in advance.
Man, just rocking them. How many did he have that actually never even came out? How many did he change his mind on? We'll never know.
Man, I would love to get some of those molds that they started working on that never hit the market. Oh, yeah. Now, we're getting off track a little bit because I do still want to talk about this MJ favorite moments topic that we're on just for a moment.
Okay.
And one thing in particular really sticks out. Actually, there's two things. But the first thing that sticks out is I want to say in the 91-92 Eastern Conference Finals against the New York Knicks, where Jordan is driving baseline. He hesitates. He turns his back for a quick second and then shakes off either Starks and Anthony Mason or Starks and Patrick Ewing. There's two Knick defenders, whoever they are. Jordan shakes them off and dunks on them baseline.
That's right.
That's probably the iconic moment of MJ that I remember. Either that or, of course, the switch-handed shot that he did against my Lakers in the 92 finals, I think. And those are really my two moments that really stand out. Out of all the many plays that MJ made throughout his career, those are the moments that stick out the most.
He had so many moments, and the way that it all worked out with Michael Jordan taking his game to a whole nother level.
Right.
Having the whole machine of Nike, the advertisement, movies, everything all behind it. It really put everything into play for the next generation. So now it's simple now.
Truly.
Now by the time it's your second year, you already got a logo, a shoe.
Yeah.
This, that, the
Hands
third,
down.
You already got your own clothing brand,
Yeah, exactly. There definitely would not be any of the things that are going on now if it weren't for MJ and the impact that he had on the game.
Yeah, he laid that foundation, made it possible. So now all the shoe companies already have a format, no matter what it is, no matter what sport it is, they have the format.
Exactly.
They know what to do.
Exactly. And we can't be mad at that, though. Now, of course, you're the biggest MJ shoe fanatic that I know.
I collect them.
I used to be. Okay, I'll just be honest with you guys. I'm not into it as heavy as I once was at another part of my life. But this man Suave right here has a bunch of Jordans. I swear, if you walk into the man's closet, it looks like Foot Locker. How many Air Jordan shoes do you currently own? Too many? That many to name, right?
20-something. 20-something.
20-something?
I don't know. I remember the time where I've passed 20, but I don't know how many I have actually right now.
20 plus pairs of Air Jordans.
20 plus. But been collecting a long time. And, the thing I always like to say about my collection, I didn't have any real collection until I had a job. So, I was buying them with my own money. There was no kind of scams going on, nothing like that. Just working hard.
Right.
Making it happen.
I got you. Are there any particular pairs that you have as your favorite pairs, the classic ones that you'll never touch that are just kind of in box for display purposes only?
I have a couple pairs that are like to the point where I don't want to wear them anymore.
Okay.
But I always wear them. I've never gotten a pair and not worn them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But once they get to a certain level, maybe they're beat up a little bit, maybe the bottom's starting to turn yellow, whatever it may be. Once they get to that point, I just retire them. Like I had to retire a pair this week. I saw some of the glue was coming off the front.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I got to let those chill before that actually becomes a big hole in the front of the shoe.
Yeah.
So, got to put them on ice. It's sentimental because those are the ones that I usually wear a lot. So,
I got you.
It happens, But I said my favorite pair is probably patent leather 11s, man. Patent leather 11s.
Okay. Got to go with the 11s.
That's where my collection started, so that was it right there.
Any particular color of the 11s? You like the white and black, the Breads? I mean, Space Jams? There's a bunch of them out there. They're all hot.
My favorite, and everybody's got their favorites. My favorite colorway would have to be the Concords, man. I don't know. Something about that black patent leather on that white. I don't know, man. It just pops, man. Okay. I don't know. Something
That's the one that sets it off?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, man? How you feel about
my favorite pair?
Favorites, yeah.
Man, if I had to go with one pair, it's close.
Right.
I like the all black and white 12s.
Yes.
Playoff 12s.
The taxis. Oh no, you're talking about the mostly
playoff ones. The all black at the top with the white little bottom.
Yeah, those are real nice.
Yeah. So I saw MJ playing those, and I always wanted a pair of those.
Those are real nice.
And for some reason, I really like the 13s.
13s
are just different. Like, they're completely different from every other Air Jordan.
They are.
With the hologram on the back. And I like the original ones, the all white with the black bottom, with the white little bottom pattern.
Yeah, the first color that came
out.
All
black, white.
That's right, yeah. Usually, you know what? I've noticed usually the first colorway is usually the best. Not all the time.
Right.
But usually. And that's the same thing with the Concords. That was the first colorway,
Those are probably, my top favorites in the Jordan lineup. I mean, I have a bunch of them myself. I don't have as many as you do, but I do have a good collection
you
of
got
myself.
more than one pair.
Of course. I got about a dozen or so. But at the same time, it's not even close to what you got going on in your Foot Locker closet at home.
It's a collection, and it's one of those things where you're like, okay, I got these. Now I don't need any more of these. And then you're like, oh man, they're coming out in another color. Or oh man,
do I need these?
They're coming out special edition this time. Or and then you say yourself, you rationalize it in your head, but you don't need them.
Yeah.
We all joke about it, but it's something that's addictive. I mean, even a friend of mine, they got their first pair. And they're like, oh, man, I'm already thinking about my second pair now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's an addiction, man.
Sparks a flame in you. I don't know.
Yeah, some people get tattoos. Some people collect Jordans. I mean, it's all in what you like. And it's funny to me, and we were talking about this off the air not too long ago, I kind of related to love songs. Like, everybody can relate a certain part of their life to a certain girl they were with by a love song, or a certain something that was happening in their life to a song. And the same thing goes with Jordans, because there's so many stories that I'm not going to share with you, but I could because they're those types of stories.
Right.
But
that's a whole nother show, folks.
All of them can be closely linked to a certain pair of Jordans that I was wearing at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's different periods in your life.
It's funny.
You remember what you were doing, what you were wearing at that time.
Yeah. It's generally, it's a legit lifestyle. So
very true.
That's cool. So we're pretty much at the end of this one, right? I mean, is there anything else you want to share with the folks?
You know what? I was going to tell a joke, but, we might have to go till next episode on that one. I have to come up with a cleaner one. There's women and children listening. We'll get into that next time.
No doubt. No doubt. So, yeah, we're going to wrap up another one, folks. Check out the YouTube channel. We got the Twitter channel coming soon. Twitter page. Twitterverse, whatever you want to call it, Facebook channel, social media, god dang it.
Connect with us, people. Connect with us.
It's coming soon. So stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We are signing out.
S&S Sports, baby.
S&S Sports. You already know. See you guys next time.